this is 2013 and you guys get married in 14, correct?
Yes.
So this is all, so there's a lot of highs and a lot of craziness happening.
We lived out the wedding vows as, you know.
Yeah, we didn't have like a traditional wedding. We actually got engaged in Scottsdale, Arizona, while in between testing at the Mayo Clinic, in my uncle's backyard. And then she had to sit down shortly after because she was standing for too long. And we went out to eat with family. Family flew in to surprise her. I knew they were coming, and it was really fun. And then she was doing some treatments, and we were living together, and it was struggling because we're both Christians, and our faith is so important. It surrounds everything we do, but we were really struggling with that aspect of just living together and all these different things. And I had a friend who was with either Athletes in Action or FCA. He came by in Corona Del Mar, visited, had a conversation. She was doing an IVIG treatment. It's like a 6-hour IV drip, and he sort of called me out. He's like, hey man, like y'all need to figure this out. And it was hard to hear that because I knew what we were doing, and I was struggling with it. So at first when he called me out, I was like boiling, but I held the Spirit let me hold it in. And then I realized, like, well, what do I do? He's like, just go to a courthouse and get married and do a wedding down the road. And I mean, I'd never been married. I'm a young guy. I'm like, you can do that? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I go in after the conversation. I'm like sort of worried. I knew she'd be okay with it, but I'm like, this is like, you know, a wedding sort of really important to both parties. But for a woman, it's, you know, it's really important. And before I could say anything, she said, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, let's go get married at a courthouse. And she had cracked the window and had listened to the whole conversation and eavesdropped.
I was inside, like right by the window, and they were on the porch, and I heard the whole conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're signed up at that point. Like, you're like, let's just go.
A big wedding was like the last thing on my mind. Well, put life in perspective, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I wasn't even thinking about that. Like, I just wanted to get better. I just wanted to have a normal day, you know, to be able to do the things that I used to do. So that wasn't number one on my mind at that time.
And so faith pulled you kind of through this period of your life in a big way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It surrounded everything. Faith increased through the trials, like the book of James says, finding joy within trials. And, you know, when we were saying our wedding vows at her family friend's law office who married us, we were sitting down. And we went, her mom and I went that day to like Nordstrom's and picked out a white dress. I didn't even have a wedding band for myself. We actually didn't get her a wedding band till a couple years ago because we just never, life started so fast. But what was cool is like after we got married, we went out to eat, and Kalo, the rubber ring company, was local.
Oh, yeah.
So I hit up my agents, and like someone from the company like drove by our rental and like threw a pack of them out the window, and I caught it. And like I had my first wedding band was just a black rubber silicone band.
Oh, cool.
And so I don't know. I just think it's really cool because as we were saying our vows, we were living them. And we always thought we would do a wedding ceremony, but life has just been so action-packed and fruitful and dense and mountaintops and valleys that we realized that our story is our story, and we did it because of our faith. And you know what? It's a story that we can share with our children as they get older. And, you know, maybe we do a fun celebration someday so I can dance with my mom, she can dance with her dad, and we can renew our vows and our kids can experience it and we can tell the story, because a lot of people don't realize it. You know, we were just with friends at a retreat, like a Christian retreat, and we talked a little about it, and like close friends know, but a lot of people are like, wait, you didn't have a wedding? It's like, nah. Like,
they're just in shock.
It just wasn't in the cards for us, but it's a beautiful story, and we know why we did what we did, and it allowed our faith to increase.